Morning, everyone. I'm going to show you how to create your own test ground, danger room type thing. You've seen me use it if you watch my videos. I'm going to make a new one for 2025 Crisis. So I just come in here, do single player, click on the mod, load the mod. Da-da-da. Come in to make your own map, search, put the 2025 Crisis, put the blank maps. You got to actually pull them out to search them. Search them. I like this one right here, Barren Land. I think it looks the best for doing this type of stuff. Do whichever one you want, but I don't like ones with too many pictures. I think it obscures the view. Um, you just click all the crisis. It doesn't matter if it goes in extracts or secures. You'll notice they're hovering. So these hover because they overlap each other a little. So what I suggest is just take one of them, let the other one drop, and then click escape so that you don't move it a little bit. So, and they overlap a little, but they're basically where they need to be. It's not a big deal. Those are not the stuff you're usually testing a lot of distances to, so they're fine. Then I'll come in here, and so I already made a pre-arranged roster of 6 models of each base size. It's really, you can theme it however you want. I themed it Avengers and Midnight Suns. Since I play Midnight Suns, I like to have Midnight Suns on my side. Right? And so I just put everyone down, activate them. So now I have access to every type of base, for enemy. It's good for enemy because when you put on the deployment line thing, it's nice to have them locked up and down. So you can, like, if you want to deploy the enemy from the other side to test something, you can deploy yours. Now, probably the next step I would do, so this is what mine currently does. It just ends here and says, okay, every time I come in, it's a save state of this. So you come up to games, you say save and load, and I would just call it, like, I don't know, I call it danger room. I guess that's what the X-Men did, and I just save it. Now, one thing to note here is if there's changes to the mod, I believe it'll be on the same save state as before. So, like, I'll give you an example. If I was using my old one, it wouldn't have the new Crisis in it. So if Crisis change, you really do have to make a new thing. And so what I like about this is all the different locations. You will have to learn, like, what the locations are. So okay, the D shape is the big outside. I believe this is weaponry. I think this is. I'd have to check. I believe weaponry is like these two. This is, I think, the new Fisk. This is Fisk. This is sword. Sword is this one out here. Senators is the 6 in the middle. This is meteor on the meteor shape. This is the new inside pay to flip that's tighter. The new D is, I believe, this one. 10 inches. Yeah. This is the new D, but I think it also is something else too. I think the weaponry overlaps it. So that'll take, this is B, this is F, this is whatever the new pay to flip is. Again, you have to memorize them, but it's nice. So I think the next step I would take here, it's nice to see all of them if you're messing around with stuff. I think the next evolution of this is just to come into the extracts and pull all the ones that are legal out, right? Because what I don't like is, I don't like coming in here all the time. It's annoying. Like, look at all the stuff I'm doing. I think if you pull out the 2 you need, I would delete the rest of them if I could get them all out of here. Bring them out. There's clearly some that aren't in here anymore. Say, okay, which ones are allowed? This is not allowed. No one cares. This is allowed. This is allowed. This is not allowed. This is good. This is good. This is good. Research is gone. So it should be 12 of them. 5, 6. So this is 12. So, like, I would line them up in some particular order, probably threat level based, just because it's easier to find if you know what threat level they are. And as you learn them, you'll be okay. And I would do all the secures below it. And so this way, it's nice to see everything if you're just trying to check general things like, oh, can I go here or there? But I do find myself wanting to check certain secure combinations, and going in here can be quite annoying. So again, if you just do everything once, I mean, this video has been 5 minutes of me talking, and all I have to do is order these, take out the secures, and save it, and then I can come in here anytime I want and say, okay, do I want to see all of them? Do I want to see a specific combo? See how far test distance is? Some other like cute shortcuts you can do, just FYI. You can copy models. I think it's clone is the best one. So you can put down multiple hawks if you need multiple 50 millimeter bases or big bases. You can do that. You can also go to settings and turn off automatic cleanup. And if you turn off automatic cleanup, you can have multiple tokens out at the same time. It won't automatically put them away. You can still push 0 to put them all away. But if you want to like measure like, you know, a leap and then you put another 50 there and then you like say I'm going to measure some other leap, I don't know, making up distances, and then say an attack, right? Like you can line it up, and sometimes I'll do this to kind of see where along the way a model can get. I like to use this a lot, not just for bump, but I think it really enhances some turn one knowledge. Like I'll give you a big example of something I actually wanted to check. Is in the inhuman weaponry. Gotta make this video at least longer than 5 minutes. You take this off, you put this on the extracts, you put them down. I'll give you an example of how I would check something. Okay. Go. Alright, so that's the inhuman weaponry, and I say, okay, what do I want to check? I want to know, I know the answer, but I'm going to check it anyway. You know, can a model with bump activate and get to either one? And if you want to check a long mover, you just put the long mover. So like it's very clear like a long mover will make it to both. Okay, that's pretty easy. And I think bump is longer than this, so you could just bump towards the one you want. And move. Yeah, you're easily gonna make it. It's not even close. And this is good to know, like that's just a general knowledge thing, but it's really good to know that you can do that because, for example, let's say you couldn't. Right? Let's just for one, maybe Eyes on the Prize couldn't do it. I don't know. I think you probably could. You can now say, all right, I know that Namor, whoever's this size and the speed, can safe grab either one, even without priority. So you might, that's a good thing to know. Like if it wasn't, right? Let's say if this one was like farther out and you couldn't reach both of them, it's also good to know. Like for example, on Virus, we know we can't reach the outside ones, right? So it's just for a knowledge stuff. It's really good to come in here, test some distances, how far. Another example would be the scientific method one. And I actually do like putting these out because as much as like I know how to read the all one, it can get a little messy if you're trying to do very specific things. But you know, if you're doing scientific method, you want to be able to measure to say, all right, the whole like extra bonus point is for being within 2 of a secure. And if you have a B secure, which, oh my gosh, I'll just get one. Let's do scoundrel. Let's do an F secure. All right, so something I might test would be, okay, on this, if I pick this up with a 50 millimeter, am I within 2 of the point? I am. So now you might say if I pick it up with a 35 mil, am I within 2? Ooh, that is spicily close, actually. I do not actually know if that's within 2. I feel like it has to. No, it doesn't have to be. Nope, I think you aren't. So this is one that, like, in real life, I bet you people don't realize that they can't do it. I don't even know if mathematically you can do it. And I hate these type of measurements in MCP because, like, it's very clearly, like, you can... Ugh, it's so close. I don't think it is. Anyway, there's usually terrain and stuff to mess with it. So that's something else to note. When you're doing it on a blank board, like, it's all like, it feels really good until it's super tight like this, and you realize, like, a car put right here just screws you. But that's also good to visualize, too. So, like, if you know this doesn't work, you won't get surprised by it. You won't try it. If you know it works and there's a car here and you know how close it is, you'll be like, ooh, maybe it's not. Obviously, you can measure this. This one's not that hard to like measure ahead of time. It's just good to know, right? Like you might think, oh my God, I have to have safe grabs on scientific samples because if I'm going to get this one, I need to be within 2 of this scoundrel. And you might just tell yourself, well, I just need to be within 2. So if I pick it up with somebody who's big, like I'm not auto screwed. Like it's one of those scenarios that you think like, oh my gosh, anyone's screwed if they don't have a safe grab, but you just pick it up with somebody on a bigger base, and then you're fine. You're within 2. Yes, you don't. A safe grab still works because you get on the secure and it helps you in that capacity, but it's not as required. So I think that's just good information. I mean, if an interesting one too. If you try to dive there, right, with like somebody like Hulkbuster or Ebony Maw, and you say, "Oh, I know I can back up to," does that give you somewhere you can't actually go that far? But it helps to know. Actually, are you within 2 on a big model? Let's just see. This is actually kind of interesting to note. Like if you were to steal one, nope, you'd have to back up. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I test in here. So I think put all these out in some order that pleases you. Get out a blank map. Bring out this one just because it helps, in my opinion. Preset 3 people of each team with the size bases you want, and just know the little tricks of what you can manipulate. And now, when you go to the main menu, it's either going to quit me out of the game. If it quits me out of the game, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so not going to go to the main menu. All right. Pretend it would get me out. It always does if I stay in too long. You would just be able to load right back in, and I come in here, and in 2 seconds, something that would take me 5 minutes or maybe even 3 minutes if I'm fast to tediously bring out, I can just boom. Actually, it would take me longer because I had all the characters ready to go in a list, so that would be even more annoying to pull out 3 character cards and have them ready. So I think this is great. I come in here all the time if I think of something for measurement purposes, or I want to see, can I be within range 3 of this person and still double walk to here? I don't know, bullshit. Think of something. This helps.